We're in Saskatchewan, way up north at Cree River Lodge, hunting big Saskatchewan black bears.
Right, we have our Hoyts, and we're also gonna be doing some fishing, big northerns, walleyes, shore lunches. This week the choice?
Saskatchewan black bear.
Well, we're kind of crazy. We like to drive everywhere if we can. So we loaded up the truck and headed north.
Well, we didn't make it far from home. We're at the Colorado Springs Bass Pro Cabela store, and we just went a little crazy here. We got some Johnny Moore's signature carbon light fishing setups. These are going to be great for up in Saskatchewan, and we're going to just have some fun. We're going to see what's going to happen, but we spent a lot.
Let me show you the receipt. I think we have enough fishing gear now. Let's go.
So after that long drive, we got to Saskatoon, got to the hotel, and met up with some strangers.
Yes, Sonny and Hoppy.
The next morning, we got to the airport all together and got on a really exciting airline trip.
Exciting is not the correct word for this. I'd say terrifying.
It was sketchy.
It was a little sketchy, but to be fair, there was fires going on.
Yes.
And it was windy.
When we landed in Stony Rapids, we got everything loaded up. Patrick from Cree River Lodge told us where to find the van key, and we headed to camp.
And then we were in the back of the bus. We're the navigators. Well, she's the navigator. And then the two deaf guys are in the front.
Hoppy Ralph.
You know, I think we have it backwards.
I
Should
would
be up there.
say yes.
We're gonna pull off down to the left.
Once we got there, Cliff showed up,
Yes.
picked us up in a boat. We unloaded the entire van, got everything loaded up in the boat, and took our ride to get to camp.
We're all in the boat. We start going, and we're just going through this big, windy river, and it's beautiful. And all of a sudden, we see camp, and it's right on the water, and it's all these cabins, and it's just so beautiful. It makes me so excited to stay there and start hunting and fishing. We all get off the boat, unload our gear, get into our little cabins, and then we start getting right into business.
As in any other trip that we go on, as soon as you get to a camp, first thing you should do is take out your equipment. This time it's our Hoyts and our Eastons, and we're gonna make sure that everything is set and ready to go. We need to make sure that nothing got moved during the travel, whether it was the long car ride or that crazy flight that we went on.
We wrap up shooting, we're all on, of course, we're doing good, we're feeling great, and I am super pumped to go out and try and shoot me an archery black bear.
Cree River Lodge is also a fishing camp, and what does Sonny gotta do before we even go out bear hunting is he goes and he catches a giant pike right off of the dock before we even get out to bear hunt.
Yes, Sonny!
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Just open your bail up.
What do you think about that?
Who needs a boat? Who needs a boat, eh?
Right off the dock.
Right off the dock.
Smile.
You know, I think I'll just stay here on the dock and maybe drink coffee while you guys go out and fish.
41 and a half.
It was just right there.
That was a dandy.
And Kinsey said, look, there's one beside it, just as big, wasn't it, Kinsey?
Gosh, yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Well, you know what that makes me feel like? Another one.
I think so.
I think I'll go catch another one.
This segment was brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. The Choice is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Browning Firearms, Dallas Safari Club, Easton Archery, Gammo Air Guns, and Hoyt Archery.
So there at Cree River Lodge, you get up kind of early. It's not like you're getting up before the sun rises.
You get up, you walk down the dock, get into the main house there that they have the kitchen, a bunch of tables to eat. Everybody gets together in the morning. It's a bear hunt. You don't have to get up super early to go after them, which I very much like.
So first morning up, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna have breakfast and coffee. most important drink of the day.
And you go get your eggs, your bacon, your toast, and we just all sit down and make a plan for the day. As we're waiting to go out, we decide to break out a deck of cards and try and pass the time.
You know, when you're up in a camp like that, especially Cree River, and the cards come out playing and all these things, and yeah, probably wouldn't be good at it because I suck at cards as well.
We are getting ready to go out. We just had lunch and the rain is finally letting up. Cliff is taking us out and then we're gonna hopefully go shoot us some bear. It's me, RJ, and Cliff in a boat, and we start making our way to where we're gonna sit for the rest of the day. Wasn't too long of a ride. We docked the boat and Cliff told us where we were gonna go, and we got ready and set up in our blind.
We're in our blind right now. The barrel's at 23 yards. They've had a blonde sow in here and a couple of nice boars in a spot, so hopefully they come here and see if I can get a bear in my bow.
Time goes by, not much is happening. And we have this little guy, he looks like a little Mickey Mouse, come in, and he hangs around for a little bit. And then didn't really see anything that was mature enough for the rest of the day. We pack up and we start heading back to camp, and as we are pulling into camp, everyone's down there and we all get caught up about what's been happening. Hoppy had some great bear encounters, as well as Sonny tagged out. And it's a big bear, and his head is just full of grease, and we were just all so excited for him. It was awesome, so congratulations, Sonny. And I have a feeling that's an omen for good things to come. The hunt's already off to a great start. So the next day we go to a different spot, and it's a little bit longer ride. And Cliff had seen some bears on this spot before, so he told me to get my bow ready just in case. And we get up over this big sandbank, and we do see a bear.
Hey, there's a bear.
And he looks at it through his binos. It's not quite a mature bear, so we just watch him for a little bit. He meanders off and gives us time to get into the blind. We get everything set up, range a couple different areas, and shortly after, that same bear comes back in, and then a second bear joins. And I've always heard what the bears sound like when they kind of get into little spats or whatever. I've never seen it in person before. And all of a sudden, they start making these crazy sounds. So they're arguing like a old married couple, and it's a boar and a sow. And shortly after, they settle down, they start eating again, and then they kind of wander off, and they're just kind of following each other. And all of a sudden, the boar starts breeding the sow. So he's breeding her, and they come back to the bait. Fight some more, like they didn't just connect with each other. And then after they fought, they bred each other again. It was just really weird. It was just really, really strange. Bears are such funny creatures. Oh, and I saw a bear crap in the woods. And I just want to clear the air on some things. I know I have blonde hair, guys. I know. And it may be kind of misleading to some. We made a joke on the internet saying, oh, a bear does crap in the woods.
A bear does in the woods.
It's a rhetorical question, y'all. I know a lot of people got it and laughed and thought it was hilarious, but some people were like, how does she not know that a bear poops in... Really, guys? Really? I'm not that stupid. Only a little. We're just seeing this young boar and sow for a few hours now. So we get a hold of Cliff, and he sends us a message saying we're gonna try different spots. So we pack up and start making our way to the next spot. We pull up on the shore, make our way up another big hill, and we get set up in the blind again. We're sitting there for a while. Not much is happening. We're looking up every now and again. I have my book out, and I look up, and I see this big black bear in the trees.
This segment was brought to you by Browning, the best there is. This segment is brought to you by Hoyt. Get serious. Get Hoyt.
We're sitting there for a while. Not much is happening. We're looking up every now and again. I have my book out. RJ's playing games, filming all the birds around, and just taking it all in. So I'm like this in my book, and I look up, and I see this big black bear in the trees. And I remember I looked over at RJ, I was like, RJ. RJ. He goes, shoot that bear. And I'm like, I know. So he's quite a bit out of range still, and we're just watching him. I'm grabbing my bow, double checking my range, and he comes in closer and comes into the bait, but he's facing us straight on, doesn't give me any shot opportunity. And for some reason, he didn't really like the bait and decided to walk off in the trees. And my heart sank. I was like, are you kidding me? But we could see him walking around in the trees, and, you know, we had seen how the bears were acting previously. They'd come into the bait, they'd leave, they'd come back in, so not all hope was lost. And he did just that. He came back in to the bait, and he actually came into the bait, and that bow felt like it was 100 pounds. I eventually get my bow drawn back finally, and I make a great shot, and everything else kind of went black. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my gosh, no way. I mean, you could see by the footage. You could see I was in shock. Good. The shot looked good. The shot looked good. We of course let Cliff know what all just happened, and he arrives maybe 5 minutes later. Like, he wasn't far.
Oh yeah, that's a stud.
Yeah.
That looks perfect. It's behind the front leg.
Perfect. Yeah, and then he just ran.
That's a toad.
I know. He
so
made the
big.
barrel look small.
Okay, well let's go have a look for that.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
And we decide to start looking for some blood. We're kind of on a little bit of a blood trail. It got sparse for a little bit there, but then Cliff got back on it. And lo and behold,
We found him, RJ.
You found him?
Right on. Good shooting.
Thank you. Oh, I could cry. Holy cow.
Oh my gosh, Aubrey.
Oh my.
Look at the crease.
What a bear.
Look at he's got.
Oh, a fighter.
Well, I got a black bear with my bow finally. It's the second day here at Cree River Lodge, and he was at 23 yards. He came in, came back out. Didn't know if he was gonna come back or not, but he did. 23 yards, put my pin on him, and got him. Cliff found him, and now we have him. This is the biggest black bear I think I've ever shot. And now I finally have one with my bow.
but after all that, we got this tiny little sled.
Your sled's a little small.
You shoot too big of bears.
Sorry.
And him and RJ drug him through all this deadfall and eventually got him to the bank and kind of slid the bear onto the boat, but it took a couple tries because it would kind of go off the boat, and then it was just chaotic, but what else is new? Eventually, we got him on the boat, took him back to camp, and everyone was there to meet us at the dock, and it was super special because it was everyone there. Everyone was there to congratulate us, and it was just amazing.
Oh my gosh!
Little front heavy?
Yeah.
Very.
Holy goodness me! Dang, girl.
Nice.
He said it's an exceptional bear.
Hey, that's awesome.
Isn't it?
Oh my gosh. Beautiful floor. That's so awesome.
Go, Aubrey. What's going on?
Look at this.
Holy smokes, eh? That's a good one.
Thank you very much. The next morning, it's time to start skinning. They have the bears, and they have them all on this big blue tarp, and eventually we get the skulls out.
Yeah, close that right there. Tighten it quite a bit. 12 and 7/8, just about. Okay, try that right there. 7 3/4. Man, I'm struggling here. 4, 9. So 20 and 9/16. So, just like
Perfect.
Vicky's first.
Dang.
Perfect.
That'll do.
That will do, yes. Well, we have the official score,
Okay.
22 and a half.
What?
I'm kidding, no, 20 and
I'm like,
9/16.
yeah. 20 and what?
9/16.
So,
Yeah.
20 and a half inch skull.
I know, right?
Good job. How exciting.
Oh, extremely.
Way to go.
20 and 9/16.
Yes. I just want to say a big thank you to Pat, to Ralph and Vicky, to RJ, my cameraman, and of course Cliff, my guide. It was such an amazing hunt, and I can't wait to get back up there someday.
Want to learn more about this hunt? Scan the QR code down below or go to contentkingmedia.com/thechoice. This segment was brought to you by Easton, advancing archery's legacy since 1922. The Choice is also brought to you by Spy Point Trail Cameras, Tracker Off-Road, Traditions Muzzle Loaders, Interlock Broadheads, and these fine sponsors.
One of my favorite things about the Cree River is after you shoot and hunt some big bears, you go hunt some big fish then with your fishing rod.
And I've never been there before, so I was like, all right, I really want to see what this is all about, and it's a lot of fun.
Now you've gotten spoiled with Canadian fishing.
Yes, and now I don't think I'll ever go back.
Got it.
Oh, you gotta get a
Yeah. There you go!
How big do you think that is?
Oh, that's probably a 36. Yeah.
Nothing against the U.S. here, but
No,
Canada fishing is
it's pretty
hard to beat.
impeccable. One of the things that I heard about most when you guys were up at Cree River Lodge was
I know exactly where you're
the
going.
shore lunches.
You cannot beat a good fresh shore lunch.
No, you can't. So
And
I
now
was-
you understand.
Yeah. They deep fry walleye, fries.
So good.
Oh,
It is so good.
Oh, it's just, yeah, you gotta have it to understand.
It's awesome to just sit down, they have tables, and talk to the fishermen, talk to the other hunters, and just
Catch up.
shoot, yeah.
Now that I can call myself a fisherman, I think now it's time to let the other hunters try and get their bears, because we still have a couple more guys. Vicky and Hoppy are still trying to tag out with their black bears, and we're still fishing. But you get to go film Hoppy.
I do.
Yeah.
Hoppy, it's our turn.
Well, we're off to go look for a bear. Or hopefully a bear look for us.
So Hoppy, Joel, and I got in the boat, we left, we went to the set that Joel was super confident in, and we seriously pull up in the boat, we sneak up the hill, and the bear is sleeping right next to the bait.
What?
It was crazy. I didn't I never like snuck in on a bear sleeping, let alone had a bait. I think he just ate too much and he was knocked out. After we kind of recollect ourselves and make a plan, we go and get set up in their little kind of blind behind all the logs. And then we sit there. And we wait. And we wait. And he rolls over. Gives himself a little itch. And then we wait some more because he just kept sleeping.
This has really gotten comical. I mean, we're 20 yards from a trophy bear, and I haven't had a shot opportunity in an hour. We've been here an hour, a little over an hour. Craziest thing I ever seen.
Finally, this bear decides to roll up. He turns in no rush and slowly walks off directly away. Bear hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You love them, but you hate them. So as we're sitting there, things are quiet for a little bit. We can see some movement out in the timber way out in front of us. We hear some noises, and then finally, we see some more movement coming back towards us. Finally, after a little while, out at the distance, we just see a tank. As a lot of bear hunters will say, we see a Volkswagen Bug coming in through the trees. As this monster just comes waddling in, all three of us, Joel, Hoppy, and myself, know that this is a bear that Hoppy is, if he gets an opportunity, he is gonna let an arrow fly. Pause! Sorry to do it to you guys, but we're running out of time. And that's a pretty good cliffhanger if I do say so myself.
So unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait till next week to find out if Hoppy gets a shot or not.
At this big old black bear. Thank you everybody at Cree River for allowing us to come up, fish, film, hunt,
yes,
and everything, because this has been an amazing week and we cannot thank y'all enough.
And thank you to everyone up there at Cree River Lodge, because I got my first archery black bear. And it was huge.
A huge bear.
Black bear. I don't think I'll ever be able to top that, but thank you everyone.
Thank you all for an incredible, incredible week.
Yes, and thank you all for making your choice
the choice. We'll see you guys next week.
Closed captions brought to you by Wounded Warrior Outdoors, providing wounded servicemen and women with therapeutic outdoor adventures.
So after that flight, we made it off safely and we met Cliff and we're not deciding anything.
We had a decision, go home, back on the flight, or go to camp.
Drive all the way back, swim. No, I'm kidding.
So if I could just have you start about did you guys take the boats in or the vans in this time?
We took the boats. Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
We would like to remind you that smoking is not permitted.
Getting my bow all put together.
Can you start that in the form of a question?
Oh, what do you mean? Do you want me to say what am I doing? Or what I am doing? Okay. I am. Try not to fall, first of all.
He's got that new 7-to-1 gear ratio. Look at that. I wonder if we're going to have a dry towel this evening. Maybe dry sheets for the bed.
It hit a hair high.
I'm just
It hit a hair high.
I am just to the right.
How's the professional cameraman doing?
Not so professional.
The more than professional.
Stop working, damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna do a funny thing. Don't be like me and wait to put the thermocell on, because otherwise you might involuntarily get lip injections.
He's bending your sled a little bit.
He's too big. Like, he's too big for the sleigh.
You know, what can I say? I outdid myself.
I get dumber as I get more tired. No, I want to do this part. You do the hard parts.
What are you doing over there, Dad?
Nagging. He stole someone's fishing pole. He found a fishing pole and just started fishing. It's not his.
I'm wishing for fishing.
Good luck.
We don't don't say good luck anymore. Good luck is bad luck. But since you wished it on them, we're okay.